Crypto fans, I'm CRYPTOMAXX. Welcome to CRYPTOMAXX News. And wow, there are so many things going on. I had to pick and choose what I could get to today because I could probably talk for an hour easy on all this stuff. So anyway, thanks for stopping in, and I appreciate your support. I'm a new channel. I'll keep on telling you that. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and if you do remember to hit that subscribe button, I'm going to always come back with research and a ton of it. So anyway, I'd like to think that that gets us out in front of things. In some cases, it's just all this wackiness of the SEC and what they're out of control. The SEC absolutely out of control, calling stable coins potential securities, and it's enough to baffle you. But anyway, not financial advice. Anything I say here is just for education. Let's push on. What do we got? All right. Oh, back down here. Refresh real quick. So this is where we're at, and it's 1:30. You know, I like to do my late AM, next morning YouTubes. 47,000 Bitcoin's kind of hanging in there. It's moving up instead of down. We like to see that because I think a lot of people were trying to think it was going to go down to 43, 42, but pushing up above 46 and hitting this 47 range is good news. And a lot of people talking about the golden cross, and that's where the 200-day and the 50-day cross, right? And I'm not a chart guy, so I'll let them talk about the golden cross and how good it is, and I'll just trust that, hey, they know what they're talking about. So anyway, Ethereum hanging in there. Things are starting to just kind of slowly tick up, and I think I'm having a little bit of problem. It's green on my screen, but sometimes when I go and view this, it looks a little, it's not green anyway. It looks like a dark gray or something to that effect. But all these arrows are up except for Cardano. Tether's just down a touch. Solana, oh my goodness, Solana, you took a hit today. All right, so Solana went down. I'm not even going to go into that because that's a whole nother issue. But Solana went down for hours today. And here's the real reason why that happened, though, just so people can't just say, hey, the network went down. They launched on Radium. They launched an IDO and initial DEX offering, and that was for Grape. And all these trading bots hit. It was hitting 400,000 transactions per second, and it just overloaded the network. And eventually, I think it just kind of shut it down. So, when you're in a beta, which technically, I guess Solana's still in the beta version of their network, they're still trying to test these things and make sure that they all work out the way they're supposed to. So the Vitaly, is that his name? The CEO of Solana, came out and just said, hey, these things happen. And you know what? They do happen in crypto. So I'm still really bullish on Solana. As a matter of fact, my own personal decision, I picked up more today because it dipped quite a bit. And I just saw that as a nice opportunity. So do with it what you will. All right, I better move because I tell you what, there's lots of stuff I could talk about here. But the big news of the day, this guy, I call him the villain of crypto. That was my nickname. I put it on TikTok that other people had said that. I just called him that. I call him the villain of crypto, right? And we can make a cartoon character out of him if we want. So Gary Gensler goes on and testifies at the Senate Oversight Committee, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say, and unfortunately, they never say anything worthwhile. I mean, they kind of say it. They are so good at double speak and half truths that I guess just as a citizen in the United States, I'm disappointed in that this is the way our government works and our system works. I get disappointed with it. And it's different than being angry or upset or all those things. Eventually you just say, you know what, you're not working for the people, you're just working for yourselves. And it's really disheartening, it's disappointing. And I'll just leave that there. This guy said stable coins, all right, which are pegged to the dollar here or any other country's currency, can be securities. He's lost his mind, this guy. This guy is out of control and power hungry. Better stop right there. So, okay. So, Joe Lubin. Wow, the things that go on. All right, so I'm an XRP fan. Joe Lubin is co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Consensus. Okay, smart guy, knows what he's doing. But boy, I tell you what, every time there's something going on in and around the whole XRP and the time frames, and they're just really funny dates. I don't know. There's a lot I could say. But they all seem really weird to me. Okay? So he meets with, I don't even want to, Hispanic, I guess, is how, well, she's with the SEC. And she has a meeting with Joe Lubin in December of 2017. But this is look at this. Okay. 2019, crypto-friendly SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, who I absolutely love this lady. She's awesome. She is crypto-friendly. And she basically says, hey, we need to have more clarity. And she's not a radical. She just takes a common sense approach that, we could come back and we could have a time period in which people could declare. If we declare them as securities, then they could kind of ease their way into it. I think she put out a 36-month time period where they could come under compliance. But things like that, where you could soften this, and then because she knows that her and Elad Roseman are the two commissioners out of the 5, right? You've got two, and then the genius in the middle, Mr. Villain himself. So he's the chair. So you got, anytime they have to go do something, right, I guess they can vote, and majority rules, and we know how that turns out. So, but they met with SBI Group. And you hear me, if this is your first time dropping into the channel, thanks for coming in. But SBI Group, here they are. This is SBI Ripple Asia. And they own 60% of Ripple in Asia, the SBI Ripple Asia entity, I guess is the way you could say it. But they met with Hester Pierce in 2019. There is no way they could walk away from a meeting with Hester Pierce and have an understanding that XRP was a security and then continue on with these grand plans, which they have actually just massively spread their tentacles, because they would have saw some danger and they would have tried to mitigate risk and that kind of thing. And they probably would have slowed a little bit. But I believe, and oh, by the way, I say we because, again, I feel like I'm an adopted child into the XRP army and all Ripple. So, but this is all about getting those documents, right? In a recent letter, they basically said, hey, these documents you can't have, we don't want you to have. It's what they call DPP, deliberative process privilege. And today was the 14th, Tuesday, it's actually Wednesday morning, was the day that they had to deliver the documents to Judge Netburn and then file their brief. So huge day behind the scenes. We don't get to see that now, but I want to tell you, I'm pretty sure part of these meetings were in there. So the 2017, the 2019 meetings, Joe Lubin and Hester Pierce meeting with SBI, and Joe Lubin meeting with the other guy, Hispanic, or the other gal, I'm sorry. And so, huge. Can't wait to see what's going on there, all right? But again, we know that all these things happen. So now we know that they knew as of, this is 2000. I see I left it on that tab of 2019. I was fishing through SBI doing my research like I'm supposed to. And I do. I get lost in this stuff. But so this was just a notice regarding a report on Ripple. And basically it was talking about Ripple, the entity in America, and then being separate from Ripple, SBI Ripple Asia, separate entities. So they wanted you to know that when they made this announcement, they're just basically telling their shareholders and everyone else that they are separate companies and they don't have anything technically to do with each other. Of course they do on a grand scheme, but. So, Gary Gensler, wow. You guys, you and your SEC are way out of control. They had a meeting on the 8th with Fidelity. They prodded the SEC, Fidelity did, prodded the SEC to approve Bitcoin ETF in private meeting. Well, they hammer them. This is on the 8th. It's on a video call right here. And they're hammering them. They're like, hey, well, you know what really struck me as odd? And if you saw my TikTok or my YouTube short, you probably understood where I went with this one. Because I, outlined it in red and circled the numbers. But here's the meeting. This is the memorandum. This is the top portion here is the SEC and all the names. By the way, Amy Starr, yep, she was a star of the Hinman deposition. Mentioned 3 different sections in the Hinman deposition. She knows a hell of a lot. And so there's a lot going on there. And they've got high value... Here I am, high value targets. They are high value people in all throughout the SEC. But there were 16 of them. 16 people on a video conference with Fidelity. So you have the president, his name's Tom Jessup. He is let me blow that up a little bit. Tom Jessup, the president of Fidelity Digital Assets, right? So Fidelity branched out and said, hey, we're going to create a whole new division. They've actually increased that by 70% by the end of the year. They're going to increase staffing, and they're going all in. Fidelity is just going hardcore. So they want to be the first to get an ETF, period. And like I said, it would be a great thing because it would just dump money into the crypto community. I don't know how much, unreal amounts of money, because what would happen then, the other ones would start falling like dominoes. And when that happens, Bitcoin is going to, we're already at a scarcity. I don't know how much of a low it is, but it's pretty significant for days in the market as the scarcity of Bitcoin that is available, right? Everybody's hodling Bitcoin. They're moving it into cold storage, taking it off of exchanges, and it's gone. They're just not moving it. Well, with Bitcoin, there's already a scarcity with 21 million to begin with, and then all the ones that are lost. I mean, there's a lot of people that think that number of availability to begin with is very, very limited. And that's, again, why I'm a big believer in Bitcoin. I think it's going to, I'm a crypto guy. So I love XRP, my number one coin. But I think until something significant happens, Bitcoin still rules, rules the roost. It's the king of the hill, and it's, as everything goes in crypto, it all follows Bitcoin for the most part. So that's what we're looking for, great things from Bitcoin, because that thing, and I'm telling you, the rest of the market goes. So, but 16 people here. There's only 7 people here. And I just said to myself, I was like, wait a second, how can there be that many people from the SEC? What's going on? Who's really running the show? And it shows you how important Fidelity is, or companies like that, Goldman Sachs, or who are some BlackRock, right? There's so many out there that are just massive. And they start getting their tentacles into the SEC. The money rules everything. And all these people, and I threw this out as one of my potential scenarios, but all these people want to get in good with these companies. Because when they leave the SEC, they want a 7-figure job. That's what they want. And they get them. That's what they get. They go out and they get these multi-million-dollar agreements that they're consulting. And but this is how this game is played, and it's unfortunate. And it's another thing that disappoints me being here in the U.S. in the way that it plays out. Not being from another country and understanding, what goes on other places. I know it's bad elsewhere, but just having it front and center with the SEC, this is a gross display of abuse of power on the SEC's part. They could at least just say, here's the rules. They refuse to do it. They won't do it. They will not say what the rules are. So I'll stop there. Really want to thank you so much for supporting me again. If you can, like and subscribe. Thanks so much. I'm CryPTOMAXX. This is CryPTOMAXX News. Like, subscribe, follow. I'll be back tomorrow.